the market today for May 28th, 2025. Overall, it was a down day, about 0.5% on most of the major indices. And of the Mag 7, Tesla was the worst performer, down about 1.6% on the day. Most other things were roughly flat, but there was definitely a lot of red kind of across the board. There really wasn't a sector that did particularly well, to be honest with you. We closed the SB at 58.88, so right around that 5,900 level. We still are in this some overhead resistance around 5,900 to 6,000, and then we get some support around 5,700. So we're in this zone here where the market's, I think, not really bearish or necessarily very bullish until we get break above that 6,000 level on the S&P. We had Nvidia earnings after hours that did go up a bit and has boosted the markets after hours so far. We'll see how it opens tomorrow. But there were also some bad earnings as well. So it's kind of a mixed bag on the earnings front. But overall, the market should be up a little bit tomorrow on Nvidia and their earnings, especially considering how important Nvidia is to the broader market. Now, other areas of the market, you had treasuries. They were a bit weaker really across the curve, especially the long end. And once again, you're getting that bear steepener, and ultimately that is not good, right? We had 30-year dip above 5% for a little bit. It's moved back below, but now you get a bit more weakness there as well. So the trend remains down. We have the big beautiful bill going through Congress, and we'll see if that's changed by the Senate and how the market ultimately reacts to that. The dollar index, that was up 0.4% on the day. Gold finished down 0.2% after being down 2% yesterday. Bitcoin was down 2.6%. So this is, to me, an interesting story developing here with Bitcoin. It's not falling through to the upside. It's having trouble holding above that 106, 107 level, which is the breakout area. And if it doesn't hold that could be a big problem going forward for the Bitcoin market. And especially if it breaks below the 100,000 level, that would be very bearish. So we'll see if we get some sort of traction there. But ultimately, right now, it's not finding a lot of footing. So we'll be on the lookout for some changes there. WTI crude settled up 1.6%. So despite some talk out of Iran and increasing production within OPEC, oil actually did fairly well today. So I thought that was interesting. And if you look at things like the VIX has not broken below the March lows. I'll be watching for that as well. I think to get a breakout in equities, you're going to need to see the VIX really start to make lower lows. We continue to make higher highs and higher lows, and that is a positive trend for volatility and negative overall for the equity market. So I'll be watching that. Certainly things could change. We're a bit in flux here to figure out, okay, what's going to happen with between now and July 9th. That's kind of the 90-day pause. What type of deals does the Trump administration get done by then? Obviously, these things are hard. There's been talk about a Japan deal. We really only had one proposed deal, which is the UK deal. So not a lot of traction there. And obviously a pullback from the EU tariffs around 50%. So this is a market that, while you had the short covering rally, and we're prone to kind of jumps in this market because of lack of real market structure, because we're in this kind of neutral environment. We've made now a lower low and a lower high, but we're breaking some ups. We've broken some upside resistance levels that can allow the market to eventually attack those all-time highs, but we're not there yet. So overall, kind of neutral. Today was just a little bit of pullback from yesterday's good move, and we'll see where we head through the end of the week.